At the time, it was awkward. I was a bit shocked.
I just didn't want to be alive anymore.
In an interview that has sent shockwaves through the media and the royal family, Prince Harry has exposed a shocking betrayal by Queen Camilla that led to Meghan Markle's abrupt departure from the royal family. While the public has been captivated by Meghan's rocky relationship with the monarchy, Harry's explosive claims have shed light on the real reasons behind her banishment. According to Harry, Camilla was the driving force behind a media campaign designed to undermine Meghan's position within the royal family. This behind-the-scenes conspiracy was not only meant to discredit Meghan, but to elevate Camilla's own position as queen consort. Harry spoke candidly about how, for years, he and Meghan were subjected to constant media scrutiny. But what they didn't know at the time was that Camilla was working with journalists to leak damaging stories about Meghan. The details of these leaks, as Harry revealed, were carefully timed to coincide with moments when Meghan was most vulnerable, deepening the public's disdain for her. The royal family, already under pressure from public opinion, saw this as the perfect opportunity to distance themselves from Meghan, and in doing so, Camilla's position was solidified. But the most shocking part of Harry's admission is the realization that Meghan was never truly supported by those closest to her, including her own stepmother. Harry's revelations come as a complete shock, not just because of the betrayal within the royal family, but because of the level of manipulation involved. It wasn't just about royal duties and public appearances. It was about a calculated effort to tarnish Meghan's image, ensuring that she could never regain her footing within the royal family. With this truth now exposed, the world is left wondering what motivated Camilla to take such drastic steps. Was it truly about protecting the monarchy? Or was it about something far more personal? Camilla's deep desire for power and recognition. As Harry continues to speak out, his words paint a picture of a monarchy in turmoil, where family loyalty has been replaced by power struggles and media manipulation. This explosive reveal is the first of many, suggesting that Meghan Markle's departure was not as simple as a misunderstanding or a fallout with the royals. It was the culmination of a well-orchestrated plan to remove her from the family for good. Meghan's dark secret. While many believed that Meghan Markle's troubles with the royal family stemmed from her public outbursts or unconventional approach to royal life, Prince Harry's explosive revelations suggest a much darker story. According to Harry, Meghan's ousting was the result of a series of personal betrayals within the family, some of which Meghan had no idea were being orchestrated against her. The public story of a woman unable to conform to royal expectations was merely the surface. Beneath that surface was a deliberate campaign against her, one in which Meghan herself was unknowingly complicit at times, though she had no idea the full scope of the betrayal. Harry describes how Meghan, eager to find her place within the royal family, had unwittingly aligned herself with individuals who had their own agendas. These individuals, who outwardly appeared supportive, were secretly working with members of the royal family to gather information on Meghan and leak it to the press. Some of these leaks, according to Harry, were designed to paint Meghan in a negative light, exaggerating her struggles and creating a narrative that suited the royal family's goals. As Meghan's public persona deteriorated, Harry explains, the decision was made to remove her entirely from the family. The secret behind Meghan's expulsion, as Harry reveals, is not just about her behavior or her fit within the family's traditions. It's about the manipulation that took place at the highest levels. Meghan had no idea the full extent of the conspiracy, nor how it would affect her relationship with Harry. But as Harry slowly uncovered the truth, he realized that Meghan had been caught in a game she couldn't possibly win. This was no longer a simple matter of royal protocol. It was a battle for power, control, and the monarchy's image. Meghan was seen as a threat to both, and the decision was made to remove her. As these dark secrets come to light, it's clear that Meghan's expulsion was a result of far more than public opinion. The royal family's internal politics, combined with personal vendettas, led to her being forced out in a way that has now, according to Harry, left her permanently distanced from the royal fold. The true betrayal lies not just in Meghan's actions, but in how the royal family, with the help of outside influences, orchestrated her downfall. Harry's explosive interview. Why he finally exposed Meghan's betrayal. Prince Harry's decision to finally expose the truth about Meghan Markle's betrayal and her eventual expulsion from the royal family was not a decision he made lightly. For years, Harry kept quiet about the personal and family struggles that led to his wife's isolation. But after years of watching Meghan suffer and the royal family continuing to make false claims about her, Harry finally decided it was time to speak up. In his interview, Harry made it clear that the situation with Meghan was far more complicated than anyone realized. He revealed that not only had Meghan been manipulated by some members of the royal family, but there were also hidden betrayals from within the palace that no one had been aware of. Harry admitted that it took him time to realize the full extent of the lies being spread about Meghan. In his mind, Meghan was simply trying to find her place within a royal institution that was difficult to navigate, but the reality was far more sinister. As Harry recounts, there were key moments when he saw firsthand how Meghan's reputation was being intentionally dragged through the mud, and how the press was being used to manipulate public opinion. The royal family's unwillingness to stop these attacks only made the situation worse. Harry's decision to finally speak out was his way of taking back control of his narrative and protecting the woman he loved. The decision to speak out was a difficult one for Harry, who had always valued his family's privacy and discretion. But as he explains in the interview, seeing the relentless attacks on Meghan forced him to confront the truth. His family's silence was complicity in the destruction of his wife's reputation. The betrayal of his wife by his own family members was something Harry could no longer ignore. So he chose to use his voice to expose the truth, even if it meant damaging the fragile relationship he had with his family. With Harry's emotional confessions, it becomes clear that Meghan's banishment from the royal family wasn't just about her actions. It was a carefully orchestrated plan involving multiple members of the family. Harry's willingness to speak up now is both a personal and public act of defiance, showing just how deep the royal family's internal conflicts really run. How Meghan Markle became a liability to the family. When Meghan Markle first entered the royal spotlight, she was seen as a breath of fresh air, a modern, dynamic force that would revitalize the monarchy. But what began as a fairy tale quickly spiraled into a power struggle that threatened the very foundations of the royal family. According to Harry's recent revelations, Meghan's position within the family was never secure because of the powerful forces working against her from the beginning. As her popularity soared, so did the tensions within the royal household. Harry explains that from the start, Meghan became a liability to the monarchy due to her unwillingness to conform to royal traditions. While some members of the family tried to support her, others, particularly Queen Camilla, viewed Meghan as a disruptive force. Meghan's modern approach and outspoken opinions went against everything the monarchy stood for, and the more she pushed back against tradition, the more her influence within the family began to falter. What Meghan failed to realize was that, in a monarchy driven by centuries-old customs, breaking from tradition is not easily forgiven. As Harry reveals, Meghan's clash with the royals wasn't just about her behavior, it was about her challenge to the power dynamics that had been in place for generations. Meghan, with her independent spirit and modern sensibilities, was seen as a threat to the established order. For the royal family, maintaining a strong and unified front was more important than supporting Meghan's quest for individuality. She became a pawn in a much larger game, where her every move was scrutinized by the media and manipulated by the royal powers to fit a certain narrative. The power struggle between Meghan and the royal family escalated as Harry's loyalty was questioned. Meghan's role was no longer seen as an asset, but as a complication the royal family could no longer afford. Her departure, orchestrated in part by family dynamics, wasn't just a personal issue. It was about preserving the stability and reputation of the monarchy itself. The Queen Consort's hidden influence. As Meghan Markle's tension with the royal family reached its peak, one figure stood out as a key player in the drama: Camilla, Queen Consort. While many saw Camilla as a supportive figure in Prince Charles's life, Harry's recent revelations paint a very different picture. According to Harry, Camilla used her position as Queen Consort to influence decisions within the family, including Meghan's eventual expulsion. Harry reveals that Camilla, who had her own history of public relations struggles, was desperate to improve her own image, especially after becoming Queen Consort. She saw Meghan's growing influence and popularity as a threat to her carefully cultivated status and decided to take action. In secret meetings with the press, Camilla worked to push negative stories about Meghan, which eventually led to her isolation within the royal family. This covert media manipulation, according to Harry, was a direct result of Camilla's ambition to maintain her place at the top of the royal hierarchy. For years, the public viewed Camilla as a supportive figure to Charles, but Harry's words suggest that Camilla's actions behind the scenes were far more calculated. Meghan's growing tensions with the media and the royal family were not only due to her own actions, but were exacerbated by Camilla's behind-the-scenes manipulation. What Camilla had not counted on, however, was Harry's willingness to expose the truth. By exposing Camilla's role in Meghan's fall, Harry has put the royal family in an awkward position. How will they respond to these accusations? And will Camilla's carefully crafted public image survive this scandal? Meghan Markle's fall from grace. Meghan Markle's swift rise to fame came with an intense amount of media scrutiny. But what many didn't realize was that public opinion didn't just turn against her overnight. It was a calculated process. Prince Harry's recent revelations shed light on how Meghan's public image was systematically undermined, leading to her eventual exile from the royal family. According to Harry, the royal family didn't just stand by and watch. There were direct efforts to discredit Meghan, starting with orchestrated media leaks and false narratives. Harry explains that from the moment Meghan became a member of the royal family, she was targeted by both the press and certain members of the royal household who didn't approve of her. Her every move was analyzed, criticized, and, at times, twisted to fit a negative narrative. What Harry uncovers is startling. Meghan was being set up as the villain in a royal drama she never signed up for. It wasn't just the media. They were playing a part in a much larger game, one that involved those closest to her, including her own in-laws. The decision to push Meghan out wasn't just a matter of personal clashes. It was about controlling the narrative. Harry confides that members of the royal family believed that if they didn't act quickly, Meghan's influence could further disrupt the carefully controlled public image they had built for decades. The royal family's involvement in controlling the media coverage of Meghan's every move set the stage for her eventual downfall. Despite the fact that Meghan's character was being publicly vilified, Harry remains steadfast in defending his wife. He admits that he is painfully aware of how the royal family's manipulation led to Meghan's fall from grace. As the media portrayed her as a troublemaker, they also helped strip away the positive aspects of her character, which made it all too easy for the royal family to distance themselves. The truth behind the media manipulation that led to her downfall is a narrative that now cannot be ignored. The final breaking point that led to Meghan Markle's ousting from the royal family came unexpectedly, according to Harry. While many point to Meghan's increasing frustration with royal life as the main factor in her exit, Harry reveals that a single event solidified their decision to distance themselves from the monarchy. This turning point, as Harry explains, was not just an argument or public conflict. It was the culmination of years of growing tension within the royal family, ultimately forcing Meghan to make a choice she never wanted to face. In a heartbreaking moment, Harry admits that it was a conversation he had with his brother William that pushed Meghan to a breaking point. Their strained relationship, combined with the mounting pressure from the royal family to conform to their strict traditions, led to Meghan's feelings of alienation. Harry shares that he knew the royal family would never accept Meghan fully, but it was only when the family started to target their child, Archie, that Meghan realized the monarchy would never truly accept her. The royal family's disregard for their privacy, coupled with the constant attacks on Meghan's character, made it impossible for them to stay. What's more surprising is how Harry paints this moment as a pivotal point, not only for Meghan, but for himself as well. Harry confesses that it wasn't just Meghan's broken spirit that led to their exit. It was his own realization that the royal family had never truly embraced them as a couple. He felt that Meghan, despite her efforts, was always viewed as an outsider, and their decision to leave was more about protecting their family than seeking fame. This final break from the royals was not driven by external forces alone, but by a deep, internal realization that their place in the monarchy was no longer tenable. As the details of this conversation and the emotional toll it took on both Harry and Meghan are revealed, the truth becomes evident. Their departure wasn't a rash decision, but a painful, calculated escape from a toxic environment. For Meghan, it was not just about finding freedom. It was about finding a place where she and her family could thrive away from the royal pressures and media scrutiny. The emotional fallout from this final break is something Harry still grapples with, but he is resolute in his belief that leaving was the only way to protect his family. The real reason Meghan was kicked out. Family secrets finally exposed for years. The reasons behind Meghan Markle's ousting from the royal family remained shrouded in mystery, with public statements from the family members offering little insight into the true cause. But now, thanks to Harry's explosive revelations, the full story is coming to light. According to Harry, the royal family's decision to distance themselves from Meghan wasn't just a result of her actions. It was the culmination of long-standing family secrets and personal grievances that had been festering for years. Harry pulls back the curtain on the deep-seated issues within the royal family, explaining that the tension with Meghan began long before she married him. Meghan, being an outsider with her own modern values and progressive views, was always seen as a threat to the royal traditions that had been upheld for generations. However, what Harry reveals next is even more shocking. The decision to remove Meghan wasn't just about her clashing with royal expectations. It was about the monarchy's growing fears of her influence and independence. Meghan's increasing popularity among the public, particularly her advocacy for causes like gender equality and racial justice, made her a figure the royal family could no longer control. Harry's confession paints a troubling picture of a family at odds with itself, where personal vendettas and jealousy among its members exacerbated the situation. He speaks openly about how certain family members used their influence to manipulate media narratives about Meghan, framing her as the problem. This coordinated effort to discredit Meghan culminated in her forced removal from the family, a decision that Harry now calls an unforgivable betrayal. What makes Harry's statements even more striking is the fact that he feels personally betrayed by those closest to him, especially his father, King Charles. In his eyes, the royal family's failure to protect Meghan, combined with their willingness to manipulate the media for their own benefit, led to their painful decision to leave. Harry now sees his family's actions as a betrayal not just of his wife, but of the very values they claim to uphold. The real reason behind Meghan's banishment is finally coming to light, and it's clear that the royal family's internal strife played a far greater role than anyone knew. How they plan to regain control after Meghan's exit. After Meghan Markle's expulsion from the royal family, the monarchy's reputation took a major hit. The once untouchable image of the British royal family was now tainted by scandal, division, and drama. As the royal family faces growing public backlash, Harry's recent revelations have only intensified the scrutiny on their actions. But as Harry explains, the royals are far from powerless. They're now taking drastic steps to regain control of their narrative. Harry describes the behind-the-scenes maneuvering that's been taking place within the palace since he and Meghan's departure. The royal family has been scrambling to repair the damage caused by Meghan's exit and the ongoing drama surrounding Harry's outspoken criticism. The palace's public relations team has been working overtime to shift the focus back to the family's long-standing traditions, while simultaneously trying to distance themselves from the scandal caused by Meghan's departure. In private, Harry claims, there are those within the family who are strategizing to ensure that they can maintain their hold on public opinion, no matter the cost. The plan to regain control, according to Harry, involves carefully crafted media appearances, positive press coverage, and strategic leaks designed to shift the public's attention away from the family's internal turmoil. But as the royal family doubles down on their narrative, Harry warns that these efforts may only backfire. By continuing to manipulate the media to shape public perception, the royals risk losing what little public trust they have left. The family's real problem, as Harry sees it, is their refusal to confront the true causes of the rift between them and Meghan. This power struggle within the royal family is far from over, and the outcome remains uncertain. What's clear, however, is that Harry and Meghan's departure has forced the royals to rethink how they manage their image, and whether their old methods of control will still work in an age where public opinion is shaped by social media, transparency, and ever-growing scrutiny. Will Meghan ever return to the royal fold? With Meghan Markle's banishment from the royal family, many are left wondering whether there is any chance of reconciliation. Harry's recent revelations shed light on the growing tension between Meghan and the royal family, particularly his own relationship with his father, King Charles. In a dramatic twist, Harry leaves the door slightly open for a potential return for Meghan, but only if the royal family is willing to change, and that might be more difficult than anyone realizes. Harry reveals that despite everything that has happened, he hasn't completely given up hope that Meghan could someday return to the royal fold. However, he acknowledges that for this to happen, there needs to be a massive shift within the family, particularly in their attitudes toward Meghan. The royal family, Harry admits, would have to publicly acknowledge the role they played in Meghan's isolation and offer a genuine apology. But the question remains, will they ever be willing to make such a gesture? Or is Meghan's royal journey permanently over? The road to reconciliation, Harry suggests, would be incredibly difficult, especially with Camilla's increasing influence and the growing resentment between Meghan and other key members of the royal family. Yet, there's a glimmer of hope that things could change if the royal family is willing to face the truth and address the issues that led to Meghan's expulsion. Whether or not Meghan would be open to returning is another story entirely. But the idea of reconciliation remains a possibility Harry isn't ready to dismiss entirely. As the royal family faces its most significant challenge in modern history, the question of Meghan's potential return looms large. Would the monarchy be willing to accept her back? And if so, under what conditions? The answers may shape the future of the royal family in ways no one could predict. What Harry and Meghan's exile means for the monarchy. As Prince Harry's explosive revelations continue to reverberate through the royal family, the future of the monarchy is at a crossroads. Harry and Meghan's exile from the royal fold has left the family grappling with the fallout. For the first time in modern history, the British monarchy faces a real threat to its centuries-old institution. And the question on everyone's mind is, can the monarchy survive the turbulence caused by Harry and Meghan's departure? Harry's revelations point to a monarchy that is fractured at its core. The tension between King Charles, Queen Camilla, William, and Harry is only growing. And with Meghan out of the picture, it seems the royal family is left to deal with the consequences. For Harry, the monarchy's future is unclear, as the family's refusal to address their internal problems may lead to more scandals and public division. The royal family's credibility has taken a major blow, and whether it can recover depends on how they choose to handle this crisis. Despite all the drama, Harry remains resolute in his decision to break free from the monarchy's control. His choice to speak out and protect his family's interests has altered the course of history for the royal family. But the future of the monarchy itself remains uncertain, as the institution must now confront the growing influence of social media, public opinion, and the ever-evolving role of the press. Can the royal family adapt to these changing dynamics, or will they continue to be haunted by the ghosts of their past mistakes? The legacy of Harry and Meghan's departure will continue to shape the monarchy for years to come. As new revelations unfold, the world will be watching to see if the royal family can navigate this crisis, or if their fractured legacy will be forever defined by scandal. The royal family may never be the same after Meghan Markle's shocking expulsion, and Prince Harry's explosive revelations are only the beginning.
Well, Prince Louis' vision has emerged of him absolutely beaming as he accepted boxes of Cadbury chocolate.
The spotlight was supposed to be on the royal family's Christmas concert, but it was Prince Louis who stole the show with his cheeky antics, leaving even Queen Camilla stunned. The 6-year-old royal, known for his playful personality, had the Abbey buzzing as his unfiltered charm took center stage. Rumors about his behavior were finally put to rest, and Camilla's reaction said it all. From giggles to gasps, Louis proved he's the royal everyone's talking about. Prince Louis steals the spotlight at royal events. At royal events filled with pomp, grandeur, and tradition, it's often young Prince Louis who manages to steal the show with his cheeky antics and irresistible charm. But how does a 6-year-old manage to overshadow even the most celebrated royals? And what is it about Louis that has captivated the hearts of millions worldwide? From his balcony debut as a toddler at Trooping the Colour, to his unforgettable appearances at Queen Elizabeth II's Platinum Jubilee, Prince Louis has consistently brought humor and humanity to royal occasions. Who could forget the moment he covered his ears during the deafening roar of military jets overhead during the Jubilee celebrations? His exaggerated expressions and playful energy offered a refreshing glimpse of normalcy amidst the formality of royal life. Social media exploded with memes, and he quickly became an internet sensation, with captions like, "Prince Louis is all of us," trending for days. More recently, Louis charmed audiences at Princess Kate's annual Christmas Carol concert at Westminster Abbey. While the historic Abbey dazzled with golden lights, lush garlands, and angelic choirs, it was Louis who captured everyone's attention. Playfully bouncing in his seat and whispering to his siblings, he brought a lightheartedness to the formal occasion. Even the most composed of attendees couldn't help but smile at his antics. Unlike his older siblings, Prince George and Princess Charlotte, who are often described as poised and mature beyond their years, Louis embraces his youthful innocence with gusto. He fidgets, pulls funny faces, and interacts with his family in ways that feel relatable to families everywhere. His lively personality is a stark contrast to the often serious demeanor expected of royals, making him a favorite among royal watchers. What makes Prince Louis so endearing is his ability to humanize the royal family. Behind the crowns and traditions, his playful energy reminds people that even royals are just a family at heart. Whether he's goofing around with Princess Charlotte or holding hands with Prince George, his bond with his siblings showcases the warmth and love that exists even under the monarchy's spotlight. As Prince Louis grows, it's clear he will continue to bring joy and authenticity to royal events. In a world that often takes itself too seriously, perhaps we all need a little more of Prince Louis's carefree charm. Camilla's reaction to Prince Louis's behavior. At royal events filled with elegance and tradition, it's often the youngest family members who bring an element of surprise, and Prince Louis, at just 6 years old, is no stranger to stealing the spotlight. But during Princess Kate's annual Christmas Carol concert at Westminster Abbey, it wasn't just Louis's playful antics that caught the world's attention. It was Queen Camilla's reaction that truly set tongues wagging. What happened that left everyone buzzing? And what does it say about the dynamics within the royal family? Known for his cheeky personality, Prince Louis has become a fan favorite at public events. Whether he's making funny faces, bouncing in his seat, or whispering to his siblings, Louis brings a refreshing sense of humor to the typically formal royal gatherings. At the Christmas concert, he was his usual lively self, adding a playful energy to the otherwise serene and festive atmosphere of Westminster Abbey. But as Louis's antics unfolded, cameras quickly shifted to capture Camilla's reaction, and it was priceless. While most of the royals smiled or chuckled at Louis's unfiltered moments, Camilla's reaction appeared more restrained. A quick raise of the eyebrows here, a slight glance there. It seemed as though the queen consort might have been caught off guard by the young prince's behavior. Was she amused, annoyed, or simply unsure how to respond? The internet, as always, was quick to speculate. Within hours, social media was filled with clips of Louis's antics, alongside captions like, "Camilla's trying not to laugh," and "Is Camilla holding back her thoughts?" Camilla's reaction, whether deliberate or unintentional, highlighted a generational divide within the monarchy. While Prince William and Princess Kate have embraced a more modern and relatable parenting style, allowing their children to behave naturally at public events, Camilla represents a more traditional view of royal decorum. For some, her reaction symbolized the balancing act the royal family faces, maintaining centuries-old traditions while adapting to a world that increasingly values authenticity and relatability. Prince Louis, with his boundless energy and charm, continues to show that even at the most formal of occasions, a little laughter and lightheartedness can go a long way. And as for Camilla, whether her reaction was one of amusement or quiet disapproval, one thing is certain: Prince Louis knows how to leave a lasting impression, even on the queen consort. Prince Louis's role in modernizing the monarchy. When you think of the British monarchy, tradition, formality, and grandeur often come to mind. But what happens when a cheeky 6-year-old prince starts to capture the world's heart with his lighthearted antics? Enter Prince Louis, the youngest child of Prince William and Princess Kate, whose playful personality is helping reshape how the royal family is perceived.
Now, before the death of the Queen, Princess Anne sat down with Chris Shipp, the ITV royal editor and Sunrise contributor.
Now, it was filmed in 2017. Anne opened up about her relationship with her mother, saying the Queen always led by example and understood what made society tick during her 7-decade reign.
The ability to have somebody who is kind of epitomises what you think your country stands for has always been a major ambition.
Princess Anne has long been one of the most intriguing members of the British royal family. Known for her unwavering dedication, no-nonsense demeanor, and tireless work ethic, she has often been described as the backbone of the monarchy. While she rarely seeks the limelight, her actions and statements have made her a figure of admiration and speculation. Recently, candid comments and her role within the royal family have sparked renewed interest, shedding light on the dynamics that define her relationships with other prominent royals, including King Charles III, Queen Camilla, Prince William, and Prince Harry. Anne's relationship with her older brother, King Charles, has always been complex. As the second child of Queen Elizabeth II and Prince Philip, Anne grew up in the shadow of her brother, the heir to the throne. Despite their shared upbringing, the siblings have distinctly different personalities. Charles is often described as introspective and visionary, while Anne is pragmatic and resolute. These differences in temperament have occasionally led to clashes, particularly during their younger years when their paths diverged sharply due to their roles within the royal family. Charles was groomed for kingship, carrying the weight of responsibility and the expectations of an entire nation. Anne, on the other hand, was given more freedom to carve her own path. She embraced this opportunity by dedicating herself to public service and charity work, often taking on causes that were less glamorous but deeply impactful. Over time, their relationship evolved from one of sibling rivalry to mutual respect. While they may not always agree, Anne has consistently supported Charles in his role as king. Insiders suggest that her candid and straightforward advice has been invaluable to Charles, even if it has occasionally led to tension between the two. The relationship between Princess Anne and Queen Camilla has been another source of public curiosity. When Camilla first became a prominent figure in Charles's life, she was met with widespread criticism and scrutiny. Her involvement in the breakdown of Charles's marriage to Diana, Princess of Wales, cast a long shadow, and the royal family's initial reception of her was reportedly lukewarm. Anne, who values tradition and decorum, was said to be cautious in her approach to Camilla. Early on, their interactions were reportedly formal and reserved, reflecting Anne's reluctance to embrace Camilla's presence within the family. Over the years, however, Anne's pragmatic nature seemed to take precedence. Recognizing Camilla's growing role and her eventual position as queen consort, Anne adapted to the changing dynamics. While their relationship may never be described as particularly warm, it has evolved into one of mutual respect. Both women are known for their strong personalities and commitment to duty, which has helped them find common ground. Anne's ability to remain professional and focused on the greater good of the monarchy has been a testament to her maturity and sense of responsibility. Anne's interactions with her nephews, Prince William and Prince Harry, provide further insight into her influence within the royal family. As the future king, William has often looked up to Anne as a model of dedication and resilience. Anne's guidance has been particularly valuable during challenging periods in William's life, including the aftermath of Diana's tragic death. She has been a steady presence, offering practical advice and unwavering support as William navigates the complexities of his role. With Prince Harry, the dynamic is notably different. Anne's approach to royal life, which emphasizes duty and service above personal desires, has sometimes clashed with Harry's more independent and outspoken nature. Harry's decision to step back from royal duties and his subsequent criticisms of the institution have reportedly disappointed Anne. While she has avoided public comment on the matter, those close to her suggest that she views Harry's actions as a departure from the values that have long defined the monarchy. Despite these differences, Anne has maintained her characteristic discretion, refraining from fueling public controversies. Anne's impact on the royal family extends far beyond her relationships with individual members. As one of its most active and dedicated members, she has set a high standard for public service. Since taking on her first royal engagement in the 1960s, Anne has shown an extraordinary commitment to her duties. She is often regarded as the hardest-working royal, completing hundreds of engagements each year and supporting a wide range of charities and organizations. Her work with Save the Children, for example, has made a significant difference in the lives of countless individuals around the world. Anne's hands-on approach and genuine passion for her causes have earned her widespread respect and admiration. Beyond her official duties, Anne's influence can be seen in her efforts to guide and mentor younger members of the royal family. She has played a quiet but essential role in preparing the next generation for their responsibilities, offering advice and sharing her wealth of experience. Her pragmatic outlook and focus on the practical aspects of royal life have been particularly helpful in grounding younger royals who might otherwise be overwhelmed by the pressures of their roles. Anne's work ethic and dedication have also served as a counterbalance to the controversies that have occasionally plagued the royal family. While other members of the family have faced scandals and criticism, Anne has consistently upheld the values of duty and service. Her ability to stay above the fray has helped maintain the monarchy's credibility and public support during challenging times. In many ways, Anne has been a stabilizing force, ensuring that the royal family remains focused on its responsibilities to the public. The public's fascination with Anne lies not only in her actions, but also in her character. She has always been refreshingly direct, often eschewing the pomp and ceremony associated with royal life in favor of a more practical approach. This straightforwardness has endeared her to many, as has her refusal to indulge in the trappings of fame and celebrity. Anne's preference for simplicity and her focus on the work at hand have made her a relatable and respected figure. Anne's role within the royal family is also significant in the context of its future. As the monarchy faces increasing scrutiny and questions about its relevance in modern society, Anne's example of dedication and service provides a blueprint for how the institution can continue to evolve. Her ability to adapt to changing circumstances while staying true to the core values of the monarchy has been a crucial factor in its continued stability. Looking ahead, Anne's legacy is likely to have a lasting impact on the royal family. Her influence on King Charles, Queen Camilla, and her nephews William and Harry has already shaped the institution in meaningful ways. As the monarchy navigates the challenges of the 21st century, Anne's contributions will remain a guiding light, reminding future generations of the importance of duty, service, and resilience. Princess Anne's future, as well as her role in shaping the destiny of the British royal family, is a subject of great intrigue. As one of the most steadfast and hard-working royals, Anne has consistently embodied the values of duty, service, and pragmatism. Her impact on the monarchy extends far beyond her current engagements, with her legacy likely to influence the royal family's trajectory for years to come. As the monarchy faces an evolving societal landscape, Anne's ongoing role and the future of the institution are deeply intertwined, reflecting both challenges and opportunities. Anne has long been the embodiment of quiet resilience within the royal family. At 74 years old, her dedication to public service shows no signs of waning. Anne is known for her tireless work ethic, completing more engagements each year than almost any other member of the family. As she continues to age, her commitment to her causes and her ability to remain relevant to contemporary issues will play a critical role in maintaining public support for the monarchy. Her future will likely involve a continued focus on the charitable organizations and initiatives she has championed throughout her life. Anne's connection to Save the Children, the Riding for the Disabled Association, and numerous other causes exemplifies her hands-on approach to philanthropy. In a world that increasingly demands authenticity and accountability, Anne's no-nonsense style of engagement positions her as a royal who is deeply attuned to the needs of her communities. This steadfastness will ensure that her work remains a cornerstone of the monarchy's reputation for public service. However, as Anne's influence endures, questions arise about how the royal family will evolve alongside her. One of the key aspects of Anne's future lies in her role as an advisor and mentor to the younger generation of royals. Her pragmatic and grounded nature makes her an invaluable resource for King Charles III, her brother, and her nephew, Prince William, the heir to the throne. As Charles continues to establish his reign, Anne's insights and counsel will be instrumental in ensuring the monarchy remains relevant and respected. Anne's relationship with Charles is a cornerstone of her role within the family. Though the two have had their differences over the years, their mutual respect has grown. Charles is known for his vision of a slimmed-down monarchy, focusing on a smaller group of working royals. Anne's unwavering dedication to service makes her an ideal ally in implementing this vision.
I'm 75 now, and I can't remember anybody except the Queen being there.
In a shocking turn of events, tensions have reportedly flared within the royal household, with King Charles allegedly delivering a harsh reprimand to Queen Camilla, sparking an unexpected reaction. Sources close to the palace reveal that this confrontation may have stemmed from a recent disagreement on a sensitive matter within the monarchy, leading to a rift between the royal couple. Camilla, known for her resilience, was visibly shaken by Charles's words, and insiders suggest that she had a rare public outburst that left those around her stunned. This latest episode hints at underlying issues between Charles and Camilla, and while the royal family typically handles disputes in private, this incident has fueled fresh speculations about growing discord. The royal couple's public image has always emphasized unity, but this incident raises questions about the stability and cohesion within the royal household. Queen Camilla's life within the royal family has been marked by transformation, dedication, and public intrigue that have defined her journey from a figure surrounded by controversy to a respected royal. Her role as the queen consort of King Charles III places her in a unique position within the British monarchy, a position that carries immense responsibility and influence, as well as expectations that she continues to reshape. Camilla's role in the royal family has evolved over the years, particularly as she transitioned from Duchess of Cornwall to Queen Consort. Early on, her presence was often met with public skepticism, but she steadily became a committed and reliable figure beside Charles. Camilla has embraced her role with a focus on philanthropy, supporting numerous causes, and making a real difference in communities across the United Kingdom. From championing issues related to literacy, health, and domestic violence to supporting the arts, her work emphasizes connection and empathy. Many people have come to see Camilla as a grounded, relatable royal, often using her position to give a voice to issues that might otherwise remain in the shadows. One of her most prominent initiatives has been in the area of literacy and education, a cause she is deeply passionate about. Camilla founded the Reading Room, an online platform that celebrates literature and encourages readers to come together. The initiative has grown immensely popular, with readers around the world engaging in discussions, following Camilla's personal book recommendations, and participating in live author events. Her dedication to this cause shows her commitment to leaving a meaningful legacy, one that promotes the enrichment of minds and the encouragement of lifelong learning. Camilla's role in championing health issues is also significant. She has worked with organizations that promote awareness of osteoporosis, a disease that affected her mother and grandmother. Through her personal experiences, she has been able to bring greater attention to the disease and encourage people to seek support and treatment. Her advocacy extends beyond physical health. She is also a vocal supporter of mental health initiatives, particularly for young people and victims of domestic abuse. In collaboration with various organizations, Camilla works to remove the stigma associated with mental health issues and create safe spaces for those in need. Her efforts in this area have gained substantial recognition, and she has been credited with helping to shift public perception on these critical topics. Engagement with the public is central to Camilla's role as queen consort. Unlike other royals who may sometimes appear distant or aloof, Camilla's interactions often carry a warmth and sincerity that resonates with those she meets. She frequently attends events where she listens to people's stories, offering comfort and showing genuine interest in their lives. This approach has helped her build a reputation as a people's queen, of sorts, someone who cares about the struggles and joys of ordinary people. Whether visiting community centers, schools, or hospitals, Camilla always makes an effort to connect on a personal level, which has helped endear her to many and shift public opinion over time. Despite her strong presence and positive contributions, Camilla is no stranger to rumors and speculation, particularly regarding her relationship with King Charles and her role within the family. From the early days of her relationship with Charles, she has been a focal point of media attention, often portrayed in unflattering ways that cast a shadow over her public image. Rumors surrounding her influence on the king, as well as her relationships with other royal family members, continue to surface from time to time. While these stories are frequently exaggerated or unfounded, They reflect the challenges she faces in maintaining her reputation in the public eye. One recurring rumor is that Camilla wields a significant amount of influence over King Charles. Some speculate that she is a key advisor to him, particularly on issues related to modernizing the monarchy. While the extent of her influence is not publicly known, it is likely that, as his closest confidant, she does provide insight and support that helps guide his decisions. Their relationship, forged over many years and many challenges, is built on mutual respect, and it's understandable that Charles might value her perspective. Still, the notion that Camilla could influence policy decisions or the monarchy's future is often blown out of proportion by tabloids eager to stir up controversy. In addition to questions about her influence, Camilla's relationship with other members of the royal family is another area of interest and speculation. While there have been reports of tension between her and other royals, especially in the early years of her marriage to Charles, insiders suggest that these relationships have evolved over time. Camilla has reportedly made efforts to build rapport with the younger generation of royals, including Prince William and Prince Harry. While the dynamics within the family are complex and often strained by public expectations and media pressure, it appears that Camilla is generally well regarded and respected by her extended family members. Looking ahead, Camilla's future as queen consort promises both challenges and opportunities. As the monarchy adapts to the demands of a rapidly changing world, Camilla will play a crucial role in shaping its direction and relevance. Her focus on social issues, coupled with her approachable demeanor, positions her as a bridge between the traditional aspects of the monarchy and the progressive values that many people, particularly younger generations, wish to see embraced by the royal family. Her ability to connect with the public and her willingness to engage on difficult topics suggest that she will continue to be an important figure in the monarchy's public outreach. One potential challenge for Camilla moving forward is navigating the scrutiny that inevitably comes with her role. As queen consort, every aspect of her life is subject to public analysis, and even small missteps can become major talking points. However, her experience over the years has equipped her to handle criticism with grace and resilience. Camilla's approach to public life is less about perfection and more about authenticity. She understands that connecting with people sometimes means showing vulnerability and acknowledging imperfections. Another area where Camilla could make a lasting impact is in the modernization of royal traditions. While King Charles is known for his interest in environmentalism and the arts, Camilla's focus on social issues and her relatively progressive approach to her role could encourage the monarchy to adapt to contemporary values. This includes promoting greater inclusivity within the institution and expanding the monarchy's involvement in issues like mental health and domestic abuse. By aligning the monarchy with causes that resonate with modern audiences, Camilla can help ensure its relevance and importance in the years to come. Ultimately, Camilla's journey as queen consort is one of reinvention and resilience. She has proven that, despite initial opposition and ongoing rumors, it is possible to carve out a meaningful role within one of the world's most scrutinized institutions. Her engagement with people, commitment to social causes, and down-to-earth personality have earned her a level of respect that seemed unlikely in the past. Today, Camilla stands not only as King Charles's partner, but as a figure of her own making. A queen consort who has redefined her position through dedication and kindness. As she continues her work, the legacy she builds will reflect her unique approach to the role. Whether through her support for literacy, health awareness, or the various other causes she champions, Camilla is leaving an indelible mark on the royal family. While questions about her influence and relationships will likely persist, her actions speak louder than any rumors. By staying true to her values and remaining committed to making a positive impact, Queen Camilla is securing her place in the future of the monarchy, shaping it in a way that reflects both tradition and progress. Queen Camilla's importance in the royal family continues to deepen, often blending tradition with her own style. Initially viewed as a controversial figure, she's become instrumental in bolstering the monarchy's public image, especially after her official title of queen consort became queen following King Charles's ascension. Her approach is practical, direct, and she's committed to supporting various charitable initiatives, from causes like osteoporosis awareness, something she has long been passionate about, to promoting literacy and tackling domestic violence. These efforts have not only redefined her role, but have also increased her popularity over the years. In terms of future moves, Camilla is likely to continue modernizing and streamlining the royal presence. Unlike past consorts who largely stayed out of the limelight, she appears ready to step into a more vocal, public-facing role, possibly championing mental health or other contemporary issues facing younger generations. Her next steps may also involve engaging with international audiences, subtly shaping foreign relations through diplomatic visits and partnerships. Everything changed on February 10, 2005, when Charles and Camilla announced their engagement, a moment that captured headlines and public interest. Camilla humorously shared that Charles had indeed gotten down on one knee to propose. The engagement was warmly welcomed by the royal family, with William and Harry expressing their happiness for the couple. The wedding, held on April 9, 2005, at Windsor Guildhall, was a modest affair. They chose a simple ceremony with close family and friends, foregoing the typical grandeur of a royal wedding. The Queen did not attend the ceremony, but joined the couple for the blessing at St. George's Chapel afterward. In the wake of Diana's death in 1997, Charles and Camilla found their romance rekindled amidst public mourning and media scrutiny. This period was fraught with challenges as they sought acceptance. In 1998, a teenage Prince William had an uncomfortable meeting with Camilla at St. James's Palace, a crucial step in her gradual introduction to the royal family. Initial interactions over lunches and teas were awkward but necessary. Queen Elizabeth II was initially resistant to Camilla, dubbing her "that wicked woman." However, by 2000, her stance softened, and she dined with Charles and Camilla, subtly signaling her approval. Public appearances followed, with a significant one in January 1999 at a birthday party for Camilla's sister. Arriving separately but leaving together, Charles and Camilla's public outing created a media storm, paving the way for Camilla's acceptance. By the Queen Mother's funeral in 2002, Camilla stood by Charles, solidifying her role as his partner. She also embarked on her first solo public engagement that year, a critical move in her royal journey. By 2003, Charles and Camilla had moved in together at Clarence House, signifying their serious commitment. On February 10, 2005, Charles and Camilla announced their engagement, a moment of public and media excitement. Camilla shared that Charles had indeed proposed on one knee. The engagement was warmly received by the family, with William and Harry expressing their support. The wedding on April 9, 2005, at Windsor Guildhall was understated and intimate, attended by close family and friends. The Queen skipped the ceremony but attended the subsequent blessing at St. George's Chapel, showing her support. The journey of Charles and Camilla, marked by rekindled love, public scrutiny, and gradual acceptance, culminated in a modest yet meaningful wedding, symbolizing a new beginning for the couple. From scandal to crown, when Queen Elizabeth II passed away, the dynamics of the British monarchy underwent a significant transformation. Charles ascended the throne as King Charles III, and in a surprising twist, Camilla was named Queen Consort. This development was unexpected, especially considering Queen Elizabeth's initial reluctance to accept Camilla. Over the years, however, Camilla proved her loyalty and dedication, eventually earning the Queen's endorsement in a heartfelt message. This endorsement, which seemed unthinkable decades ago, marked a dramatic shift in the royal narrative, turning Camilla from a figure of skepticism into a respected pillar of the monarchy. The late Queen's public blessing underscored Camilla's journey and emphasized her commitment to the crown, encouraging others to support Charles and Camilla as they had supported her. The question of why Charles married Diana when his heart belonged to Camilla lingered in the minds of many. This dilemma highlighted the conflict between royal duties and personal happiness. Diana, trapped in a loveless marriage, suffered immensely, enduring years of emotional distress. Charles's marriage to Diana, despite his enduring love for Camilla, underscored the immense pressure and expectations placed on royal family members to prioritize duty over personal desire, often leading to profound personal sacrifices. The Tampon Gate scandal. One of the most notorious scandals in royal history erupted when details of a private phone conversation between Charles and Camilla from 1989 were leaked. Dubbed Tampon Gate, or Camilla Gate, This scandal was not just typical tabloid fare. It was a royal catastrophe. At the time of the call, both Charles and Camilla were married to other people. The conversation, however, was anything but ordinary, with Charles expressing a desire to be reincarnated as Camilla's tampon, a bizarrely intimate statement that somehow became public. This scandalous exchange made headlines under the sensational title, "Charles and Camilla, the Tape." The People newspaper published a full transcript of their 6-minute conversation, and to add to the humiliation, audio of the conversation was also released. The release of such a private and intimate conversation raised questions about who might be responsible for the leak.
If you look at the coronation footage as the King and Queen leave the thrones and head for the exit of Westminster Abbey on the coronation Saturday, you'll see that everyone bows and curtsies to the King, and no one moves a limb, a muscle, when Camilla passes. And that was because they were angry with Camilla. Camilla brought 20 Parker Bowleses to the coronation. There were 4 Middletons. All the people that helped Camilla get the crown on her head were excluded from that coronation, and they were furious. And not only that, Kate and William were angry too. And that anger, of course, Harry was angry, that anger went right through that small part of the congregation by the throne, by the centre of Westminster Abbey.
Princess Kate's refusal to curtsy to Queen Camilla during a recent public event has become a focal point of royal watchers and media alike, triggering a wave of speculation about what might be going on behind the closed doors of the British royal family. This incident, while seemingly minor, has brought to light the complexities of royal protocol, the relationships between senior royals, and the public's fascination with even the smallest gestures within the monarchy. For centuries, the British royal family has been steeped in tradition, with every move, gesture, and word often carrying significant weight. The act of curtsying in particular is more than just a polite gesture. It is a deeply symbolic act of respect and acknowledgement of rank within the royal hierarchy. The sight of Princess Kate, the wife of the future king, choosing not to curtsy to the current queen consort, was therefore a moment loaded with potential meaning. Observers at the event noted that as the royal family gathered, there was a palpable tension in the air. All eyes were on Kate as she approached Queen Camilla. Traditionally, as the Princess of Wales, Kate would be expected to show deference to Camilla, who, as queen consort, holds a higher rank. However, instead of the customary curtsy, Kate merely nodded politely before continuing on her way. The deviation from protocol was subtle, but in the world of royalty, where every gesture is scrutinized, it was enough to set off a flurry of rumors and discussions. Some insiders suggest that Kate's decision may have been influenced by a series of recent events that have strained her relationship with Camilla. It's no secret that the royal family has faced numerous challenges over the years, from the death of Princess Diana to the ongoing struggles with public perception and the media. These challenges have, at times, created rifts between different members of the family, and it's possible that these tensions are now playing out in public view. One potential source of tension could be the differing approaches Kate and Camilla have taken toward their royal duties. Kate, known for her modern approach and emphasis on mental health and children's issues, has become a beloved figure in the UK and beyond. Her calm demeanor and dedication to her role have won her widespread praise, particularly among the younger generation of royal watchers. On the other hand, Camilla's journey to becoming queen consort has been fraught with challenges, including her long and controversial relationship with King Charles, which was initially met with public skepticism. Over time, Camilla has worked hard to carve out her own role within the monarchy, focusing on issues such as domestic violence and literacy. Despite their different approaches, Both women are united by their commitment to the monarchy and their families. However, the recent incident suggests that there may be underlying differences in how they view their roles and each other. Some sources close to the royal family have hinted that there may have been disagreements over how certain royal duties should be handled or how public appearances should be managed, leading to a build-up of tension that finally surfaced in this public moment. This isn't the first time that the British royal family has found itself at the center of public scrutiny due to interpersonal dynamics. The relationship between Queen Elizabeth II and Princess Diana, for example, was often portrayed as complex, with Diana's popularity and modern approach sometimes clashing with the traditionalism of the monarchy. Similarly, the relationship between Prince Harry and Meghan Markle and the rest of the royal family has been a source of intense media interest and public debate, particularly after the couple's decision to step back from their royal duties and the subsequent revelations about their experiences within the family. In many ways, the monarchy's public image is shaped as much by these personal relationships as by official duties and public engagements. The British public, and indeed people around the world, have a deep fascination with the royal family, viewing them not just as leaders, but as symbols of continuity, tradition, and national identity. As such, any sign of discord or deviation from the norm within the family is often magnified, leading to intense speculation and debate. The incident involving Kate and Camilla has also highlighted the challenges that come with navigating the complex world of royal protocol. While the rules and traditions of the monarchy are designed to maintain order and respect, they can also be a source of tension, particularly when personal feelings come into play. In this case, Kate's decision not to curtsy may have been a way of asserting her own identity and independence within the rigid structure of the royal family. The British royal family, with all its grandeur and tradition, is often seen as a symbol of continuity and stability in a rapidly changing world. Yet incidents like the one involving Princess Kate and Queen Camilla reveal the human side of this storied institution, where personal relationships and emotions intersect with the demands of duty and protocol. The refusal to curtsy might seem like a small act, but in the context of royal life, it carries significant weight, shedding light on the complexities and challenges that come with being part of such a unique and scrutinized family. As the public and media continue to speculate on the meaning behind this moment, it serves as a reminder that the royals, despite their elevated status, are not immune to the intricacies of personal dynamics. The balance between upholding tradition and navigating modern relationships is a delicate one, and this incident underscores the ongoing evolution of the monarchy as it seeks to remain relevant in the 21st century. In the coming years, as Kate and other younger royals take on more prominent roles, moments like these will likely shape how they are perceived both within the family and by the public. Will they adhere strictly to tradition, or will they seek to redefine their roles in a way that reflects their own values and the changing expectations of society? The answer to this question will play a crucial role in determining the future of the monarchy.
I commit myself to serve you all, King, country, and Commonwealth.
Prince William, one of the most respected figures in the British royal family, suddenly at the center of a controversy that could end his royal journey. Whispers around the palace corridors speak of family tension, secrets, and unexpected revelations. And shockingly, these rumors aren't just about William or Kate. They're about her sister, Pippa Middleton. Sources suggest that Pippa has come forward with information so astonishing, it's causing ripples throughout the entire royal household. What could have been uncovered that would place Prince William on the edge of exile from his royal duties? Could this revelation really have the power to shake the monarchy to its core? Let's uncover the details behind this bombshell that's throwing the future of the British throne into question. Prince William has captivated the world's attention as a royal with a unique blend of tradition and modernity. As the Prince of Wales, he stands not only as the heir apparent to the British throne, but also as a symbol of continuity for a monarchy facing unprecedented scrutiny and change. From his childhood, spent in the intense spotlight, to his role as a husband and father, William's journey has been one of adaptation, resilience, and a balancing act between duty and personal life. This story, however, is far from straightforward, as countless rumors and public debates circle around his life, his role in the family, and what his future might hold for the British monarchy. William's position as the eldest son of King Charles III and the late Princess Diana meant he was always destined for a life in the public eye. The world witnessed his early years alongside his mother, who famously reshaped the image of the royal family with her compassion and candor. Diana's tragic death left an indelible mark on William, shaping him into a figure known for his composure, thoughtfulness, and dedication to causes that mattered to her. It was through her legacy that William first connected with the public, an attachment that only grew stronger over the years. As he matured, his public engagements began to focus on issues close to his heart, such as mental health, wildlife conservation, and support for the armed forces. These priorities reflect a new kind of royal, one committed to addressing contemporary issues rather than merely upholding ceremonial traditions. With King Charles now on the throne, the focus on William has intensified as the public anticipates the next chapter for the monarchy. There is a prevailing expectation that William will usher in a new era when he becomes king, potentially modernizing the institution in ways his father and predecessors never fully embraced. His close connection to his grandmother, Queen Elizabeth II, deeply influenced his sense of duty and approach to royal responsibilities. Many see William as someone who combines his grandmother's commitment to service with his mother's sense of compassion, making him uniquely suited to lead a monarchy in transition. However, this unique position also brings intense scrutiny and speculation. Every gesture, decision, and public appearance is analyzed, contributing to the myriad rumors that surround him. The relationship between William and his younger brother, Prince Harry, has been one of the most discussed and debated aspects of his personal life. Once famously close, the brothers have, by all accounts, experienced a significant rift, particularly following Harry's decision to step back from royal duties and move to the United States with his wife, Meghan Markle. Their split has fueled countless stories and public fascination, with fans and the media dissecting every move to interpret where the brothers stand. While William has largely remained silent on the matter, his silence itself has led to speculation, with some seeing it as a sign of restraint and focus on his own responsibilities. Despite the strain, those close to William suggest that he remains deeply committed to his duties and the institution, often taking a measured approach that prioritizes the stability and future of the monarchy over personal grievances. William's marriage to Catherine, Duchess of Cambridge, has further solidified his image as a stable and relatable figure. Together, they present a modern royal family that resonates with the British public. Kate's warmth and elegance have endeared her to many, and her ability to handle the intense media spotlight with poise complements William's more reserved demeanor. Over the years, their relationship has become a focal point for the monarchy, with many seeing them as a steadying influence during a time of immense change. Their public appearances, as well as their dedication to causes such as early childhood education, mental health, and the environment, have helped shape the narrative of a monarchy that is more connected to the people and the issues of today. As parents, William and Kate have made it a priority to give their children as normal a life as possible, a stark contrast to William's own highly publicized childhood. This approach reflects their desire to create a grounded environment for their children, preparing them for a future that will undoubtedly bring its own set of challenges and responsibilities. Rumors surrounding William's future as king often delve into whether he will continue the traditional model of monarchy or embrace more progressive reforms. Some royal experts believe William is prepared to modernize the institution, focusing on service over pageantry and reducing the overall footprint of the monarchy. His recent decisions and public statements have suggested a commitment to this streamlined approach. He has shown an interest in making the royal family more accessible, engaging in initiatives that address pressing social issues while fostering a deeper connection with the public. This modern approach may reflect the changing attitudes within British society, where support for the monarchy remains strong but is increasingly contingent on the institution's ability to remain relevant. William is acutely aware of this sentiment, and his actions seem to align with a vision of a monarchy that is more connected to the lives of everyday people. Public perception of William has largely been positive, especially in comparison to other members of the royal family who have faced criticism and controversy. He is viewed as a steady and reliable figure, qualities that are particularly valued as the monarchy faces complex questions about its role and relevance. Polls consistently show that he and Kate are among the most popular royals, a testament to their ability to navigate their roles with respect for tradition while still embracing change. William's calm and composed nature, combined with his dedication to his duties, has helped solidify his image as the future of the British monarchy. However, there is also a recognition that the monarchy must adapt to survive, and many believe William will be the one to lead that adaptation. The influence of William's grandmother, Queen Elizabeth II, is evident in his approach to public service. Her unwavering commitment to duty, even in the face of personal and public challenges, left a lasting impression on him. William has often spoken about the lessons he learned from her, and how her example shaped his understanding of his role. As he prepares for his future as king, these lessons will likely guide his decisions, particularly as he faces the pressures of maintaining the monarchy in an era marked by rapid change and shifting public attitudes. William's deep respect for the Queen's legacy suggests that he will honor her approach, while also incorporating his own values and perspectives, creating a monarchy that respects tradition but is not afraid to evolve. The rumors surrounding William's plans for the monarchy hint at a reign that may be less ceremonial and more focused on tangible contributions to society. His interest in mental health, environmental protection, and social issues underscores his desire to use his platform for meaningful impact. This emphasis on service over ceremony resonates with a public increasingly skeptical of the monarchy's more opulent aspects. William's future reign could bring about a more accessible monarchy, one that reflects the values and concerns of the British people in a way that is both respectful of tradition and responsive to change. Such a direction would be in line with his own values, as well as those of a younger generation that demands transparency, authenticity, and relevance from its institutions. As William looks toward the future, the weight of expectation is immense, but so is his commitment to the role he was born to play. His life has been one of preparation, shaped by moments of intense joy, public scrutiny, and personal hardship. Through it all, he has demonstrated a resilience that will be essential for a reign that is likely to face unique challenges. His popularity, dedication to service, and understanding of the monarchy's role in modern society suggest that he is well equipped to lead. While rumors and speculation will undoubtedly continue, it is William's actions and decisions that will ultimately define his legacy. His journey is not only a reflection of his own character, but a testament to the enduring adaptability of the British monarchy, an institution that has withstood centuries of change by evolving with the times. In the end, Prince William's story is more than just one of royal duty. It is a narrative of growth, resilience, and a deep commitment to service. His future as king holds the promise of a monarchy that can honor its past while forging a path forward. William's legacy will likely be one that resonates not only within the walls of Buckingham Palace, but across a nation that, despite its challenges, still finds meaning in the continuity and tradition that he represents. As he navigates the complexities of his role, William's journey offers a vision of a monarchy that, while rooted in tradition, is unafraid to embrace change. In an ever-evolving world, this balance of old and new may be the key to the monarchy's enduring relevance, with William at its helm. Princess Charlotte's world has been turned upside down. Prince William, known for his calm and measured approach, has taken a step no one could have predicted, shaking the very foundation of the monarchy. It's a move that leaves Charlotte, poised, confident, and always composed, struggling with a reality that is rapidly evolving. The decision comes at a time when the royal family finds itself navigating the growing tension between tradition and modernization. However, William's bold actions have thrust Charlotte into the spotlight, and her unexpected reaction is at the center of a storm that could reshape the monarchy's future. For years, Prince William has played the part of the steady heir, following the footsteps of King Charles, while quietly preparing for his eventual reign. Yet now, William's power play appears to mark the beginning of a new era, one in which the younger generation of royals consolidates control over the institution. Aligning himself closely with Princess Catherine, William is signaling to the world that they are ready to take the reins. His move to assume greater responsibility may be strategic, but it comes with consequences. Consequences that ripple throughout the royal family, leaving a lasting impact on everyone, including his daughter, Princess Charlotte. The monarchy, once a symbol of stability, is now facing a period of profound change. William's decision to modernize royal duties and tighten control has been seen by many as necessary in a rapidly changing world. Yet, critics have called it a power grab that risks sidelining key members of the family, including Queen Camilla, who once worked tirelessly to secure her position within the royal hierarchy. As King Charles leans on his son to lead, Camilla's influence continues to wane. This has only deepened the cracks forming behind palace walls, a silent battle playing out between generations. Princess Charlotte's silent struggle emerges as a result of this seismic shift. At just a young age, Charlotte has already begun to feel the weight of her father's ambitions. William's decisions place her in a precarious position where her role, once defined by tradition, is now unclear. Charlotte has grown up in the shadow of her parents' rising prominence, groomed to play her part within the monarchy's rigid expectations. Yet, as William steps into a more central leadership role, Charlotte is left grappling with what this means for her future. Is she expected to follow in his footsteps, or will she find herself increasingly overshadowed by the power dynamics at play? As tensions rise, Princess Charlotte has become a symbol of this generational shift. Her public appearances have always been characterized by her poise and composure. But behind the polished image lies a young royal navigating the pressure of her circumstances. Will she embrace her role as part of William's vision for a modern monarchy, or will she resist, seeking to carve out her own path? The question is one that no one can answer yet, but it's clear that Charlotte's reaction carries significant weight. Her silent struggle mirrors the very challenges facing the royal family. How to balance tradition with the demands of an evolving world. Meanwhile, Queen Camilla's struggle highlights another layer of this unfolding story. After decades of public scrutiny, Camilla's promotion to Queen Consort was meant to be the crowning moment of her journey. Yet as Prince William consolidates his power, Camilla finds herself increasingly sidelined. For someone who worked tirelessly to secure her place in the monarchy, her exclusion is both frustrating and symbolic. The younger generation, William and Catherine, have taken center stage, leaving Camilla questioning her legacy. While her title remains intact, her influence is fading, and many are left wondering if this marks the beginning of the end of her role as a key player in the monarchy. Behind closed doors, insiders suggest that King Charles and Camilla are facing growing strain in their relationship. As Charles leans on William and Catherine to lead, Camilla's frustrations have only deepened. While the public remains largely unaware of this silent battle, the cracks are becoming harder to ignore. Charles may have intended to secure the monarchy's future by elevating William, but in doing so, he has inadvertently left Camilla on the periphery. Will she fight to reclaim her place, or will she accept her diminishing role within the palace? The future of the monarchy hangs in the balance, and every decision made now will have lasting consequences. Princess Charlotte, a key to the monarchy's future. Princess Charlotte's story is more than just a footnote in the royal family's journey. It's a reflection of the delicate balance between old traditions and the new world William is working to create. At such a young age, Charlotte is already grappling with the pressures of being part of one of the world's most watched families. The royal household has spent years carefully crafting her public image, presenting her as poised, mature, and ready for the responsibilities she will inevitably face. Yet William's bold decisions have made her role far more complex, and Charlotte now faces a crossroads that could define her place in the monarchy for decades to come. As William and Catherine rise in prominence, Princess Charlotte is left to wonder what this means for her future. Once seen as part of the supporting cast to her older brother, Prince George, Charlotte is now being viewed in a new light. Her father's modern vision for the monarchy means that the expectations placed upon her are evolving. No longer just a child in the background, Charlotte is increasingly positioned as a key figure in the monarchy's future. But the question remains, how will she respond to the shifting tides of power within her family? The monarchy has always been defined by its ability to adapt to the times, but this transition has been anything but smooth. The silent tension between the older and younger generations of royals is impossible to ignore, and Princess Charlotte's reaction to her father's decisions has captured the public's attention. While Charlotte has often been praised for her grace and maturity beyond her years, this moment is testing her in ways that no young royal should have to endure. As William continues to reshape the monarchy's role in the modern world, Charlotte must find her footing amidst the chaos. Her journey is not just personal, it is symbolic of the greater challenges facing the royal family. Can Charlotte embrace the responsibilities that come with her position? Or will she push back against the weight of her family's expectations? Will she step forward and become an integral part of William's vision? Or will she quietly resist the changes that threaten to redefine her role? The choices she makes in these formative years could have far-reaching consequences, not only for herself, but for the monarchy as a whole. The royal family's journey has always been one of evolution, but the stakes have never been higher. With Prince William's decisions shaking the very foundation of the monarchy, the spotlight now falls on Charlotte. Her silent struggle represents more than just a personal challenge. It's a reflection of the monarchy's future. The decisions made today will shape the family's legacy for generations, and Charlotte is at the center of it all. Will she embrace her role as a modern royal, or will the pressures of palace life prove to be too much? As the dust settles on William's bold power play, the royal family stands on the brink of a new era. The rise of William and Catherine has shifted the balance of power, and the once unshakable traditions of the monarchy are being tested like never before. Princess Charlotte's journey through this transition will be pivotal, as she navigates the challenges of a rapidly evolving institution. The choices she makes now will determine not only her legacy, but also the future of the monarchy itself. The world is watching closely as this story unfolds. The pressure on William to lead the royal family into a new era is immense, but the challenges facing Princess Charlotte are equally significant. As her father consolidates power and reshapes the institution, Charlotte must find her place in this new world. Will she rise to the occasion and embrace her role, or will she resist the forces pulling her in multiple directions? Only time will tell, but one thing is certain. Princess Charlotte's journey is far from over, and the future of the monarchy hangs in the balance. The royal household has spent years carefully crafting her public image, presenting her as poised, mature, and ready for the responsibilities she will inevitably face. Yet William's bold decisions have made her role far more complex, and Charlotte now faces a crossroads that could define her place in the monarchy for decades to come. As William and Catherine rise in prominence, Princess Charlotte is left to wonder what this means for her future. Once seen as part of the supporting cast to her older brother, Prince George, Charlotte is now being viewed in a new light. Her father's modern vision for the monarchy means that the expectations placed upon her are evolving. No longer just a child in the background, Charlotte is increasingly positioned as a key figure in the monarchy's future. But the question remains, how will she respond to the shifting tides of power within her family? The monarchy has always been defined by its ability to adapt to the times, but this transition has been anything but smooth. The silent tension between the older and younger generations of royals is impossible to ignore, and Princess Charlotte's reaction to her father's decisions has captured the public's attention. While Charlotte has often been praised for her grace and maturity beyond her years, the world is watching closely as this story unfolds. The pressure on William to lead the royal family into a new era is immense, but the challenges facing Princess Charlotte are equally significant. As her father consolidates power and reshapes the institution, Charlotte must find her place in this new world. Will she rise to the occasion and embrace her role, or will she resist the forces pulling her in multiple directions? Only time will tell, but one thing is certain. Princess Charlotte's journey is far from over, and the future of the monarchy hangs in the balance.
If you look at the coronation footage, as the King and Queen leave the thrones and head for the exit of Westminster Abbey on the coronation Saturday, you'll see that everyone bows and curtsies to the King, and no one moves a limb, a muscle, when Camilla passes. And that was because they were angry with Camilla. Camilla brought 20 Parker Bowleses to the coronation. There were 4 Middletons. All the people that helped Camilla get the crown on her head were excluded from that coronation, and they were furious. And not only that, Kate and William were angry too. And that anger, of course, Harry was angry, that anger went right through that small part of the congregation by the throne, by the centre of Westminster Abbey.
Princess Kate's refusal to curtsy to Queen Camilla during a recent public event has become a focal point of royal watchers and media alike, triggering a wave of speculation about what might be going on behind the closed doors of the British royal family. This incident, while seemingly minor, has brought to light the complexities of royal protocol, the relationships between senior royals, and the public's fascination with even the smallest gestures within the monarchy. For centuries, the British royal family has been steeped in tradition, with every move, gesture, and word often carrying significant weight. The act of curtsying, in particular, is more than just a polite gesture. It is a deeply symbolic act of respect and acknowledgement of rank within the royal hierarchy. The sight of Princess Kate, the wife of the future king, choosing not to curtsy to the current queen consort, was therefore a moment loaded with potential meaning. Observers at the event noted that as the royal family gathered, there was a palpable tension in the air. All eyes were on Kate as she approached Queen Camilla. Traditionally, as the Princess of Wales, Kate would be expected to show deference to Camilla, who, as queen consort, holds a higher rank. However, instead of the customary curtsy, Kate merely nodded politely before continuing on her way.